Welcome, Team Selenium. I have enjoyed being your travel guide for your annual company conference, and we are excited to welcome you at the Periodic Resorts, specifically at our Hawk Hotel location. And we are here to make your stay the best yet. This correspondence that you have received is to make your check-in process smooth and effortless. I know your company prefers that we book your rooms at the lowest cost in the order of your arrival. Your arrival times have been predetermined and are listed by your employee ID in the included documents. We will only accommodate the Hun special, aka room sharing, if a room of the same cost is not available. Also, we can only accommodate up to 2 guests per bed as determined by the Fire Marshal, Chief Paul E. Exclusion. Upon your arrival, you will receive a copy of the itinerary, your team-colored t-shirts, and your colored breakfast vouchers. The Periodic Resort offers a view of the crystal blue Gulf, which you can see behind me, and the wonderful aroma of the salty air with every breakfast. Check-in is located on the main floor at the Nookulous Nook. I have provided information on the rooms and the symbols and the amenities on the attachments that are included with this email. I'm going to describe these rooms just a little bit to you so I can indicate what these symbols mean. An up arrow means that this bed is closest to the door, where a down arrow means that this is the side of the bed closest to the window. While our standard rooms only have one bed, our premium and deluxe suites have 3 and 5 beds, and so they have many rooms within inside these suites. Each mini room has its own entrance, as well as a main entrance to the room. They're all connected by a main area. Our standard room has one double bed, a state-of-the-art shower, and a coffee maker. Our premium rooms have 3 queen beds with each of their own entrance, a garden tub, a double sink, a microwave, fridge, and a coffee maker. And our deluxe rooms have 5 king beds with a deluxe suite bathroom with a garden tub and a rainforest shower, a full kitchen with a stove, fridge, microwave, and an espresso machine. And there's also an executive workspace. Each floor offers a different view. Our first floor offers a front-facing view of the scenic road, aka the parking lot. The window doesn't open, but you have all the amenities right near you. The spa, the gym, and Starbucks located all on the first floor for your convenience. The second floor has an ocean-facing view with a pseudo balcony that doesn't open, a view of the palm trees. Also, the amenities on the second floor are the gala and the conference ballroom. The third floor is also ocean-facing, and it has a balcony with standing room only. This is where you can find our pool and cabana resort and our resort restaurant. On the fourth floor, the ocean-facing, again, full walkout balcony with a table out there for all of your guests, a full view of the ocean and the beautiful sandy beaches. Also, our private club is listed on the 4th floor, so if you ever feel like getting excited and jumping up a floor, let me know and I will help transfer some energy to you before you return back to your ground state to enjoy a nice restful night. Again, all of your arrival groupings have been listed on your documents. The group names or your group color correspond to the departments that you work in, your families, your groupings, and your floors are going to represent the energy levels and as you go up the floors, the price also increases, and also it depends on the type of room that you are in. So refer to the document that my assistant is going to help me fill in each of the orbital boxes to show you where and which bed you will be staying in. I hope you have a great day, and I can't wait to show you more. Team Selenium, I wanted to give you a few extra pointers here. This is our Hawks Hotel Resort location. I'm just showing you here the first 3 floors where you have your standard room. The next floor has one standard room with the one bed, and then it has the 2P, and then we have your 2PX entrance, your 2PY, and your 2PZ. This would just be your 2S. Then we have the same thing here on the 3rd floor. We have that 3S, and then we have your 3PX. It has 3 entrances. It has an X, a Y, and a Z. And then in our 3D, we have 5 entrances. So 3DA, 3DB, 3DC, 3DD, and 3DE. And each one of these beds can accommodate up to 2 of you. We're so excited to have you electrons at our hotel. Remember, electron configuration is going to be the location of where you'll be staying in our room. So the arrangement of electrons in the orbitals of an atom. So you were staying at our periodic hotel, and we are putting you in orbitals. Your orbitals are your beds, and the subshells, which we have here, these subshells or sublevels, are going to be your room that you are in. And then your energy level will be the floor. So this one is like your floor. Your subshell is the type of room you're in. And your orbital is going to be the bed that you're in and the location of your bed. So as we go from the first floor, second floor, third floor, fourth floor, we can get more specific with whether you're in a suite, premium, or deluxe. And then finally, which bed are you in? So as you're going up in our hotel, you'll notice that we have a standard on each floor. We only have our premiums on second, third, and fourth. We have our deluxe only on our third and fourth floor. And we won't need to worry about the F because you don't have enough employees to stay there right now. Remember that the outermost electrons will be your valence electrons. These are the outermost if you were looking at a Bohr model. So for example, if we had lithium that has 3 protons, 4 neutrons, and I can label that here. And then it has 3 electrons, where these dots on the lines are my electrons. It has 1 valence electron, the one in the outermost ring. And then for our electrons in the highest sp and orbital, so 1s2, because those 2 electrons are on that first room. Then the next one would come up to 2s1. So we notice that the highest s would be the 2s1. Therefore, this number here tells us that we have 1 valence electron. Or you could draw the Bohr model and see the one in the outer level. All right. So something like this is similar to what I was showing you, where we have the S, a standard on each row, on each floor, premium on each floor, and deluxe is only on the third and fourth floor. So that's what this was mimicking. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to need our periodic table. So your periodic table should have all this information on it. We have our off-ball principle here. That tells us that we're going to go from the lowest to the highest. So this is the lowest energy, all the way up to the highest energy. Also, as we go from the lowest to the highest, we are moving away from the nucleus. Just like in the hotel, your nucleus nook is here on this like lobby floor. So this is the nucleus nook. So it's on that lobby floor. That first level here would be your first floor. Here is your second floor. And then this would be your third floor or your third energy level ring. So we have our valence electrons labeled. We have our energy levels. And so now, and we also know where the S, P, D, and F blocks are. We can go ahead and fill in which bed everybody will be staying in. So we are looking at selenium. And selenium has an atomic number of 34. We're just going to use the mass number here of 79. So we're looking at an atom of selenium. So we're going to represent each room with a box. This box is representing orbitals, and I'm going to represent the electrons. Again, if I put an up arrow, that's the one closest to the door, and a down arrow would be the one closest to the window. So this is our first standard suite, and we can accommodate up to 2 people. Our next guest will go in our second standard on our second floor, and we can fit up to 1, 2 in that room. We also have a premium suite that has 3 subshells, or it has 3 beds in it. So 2P. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Notice that as I'm filling these out, I am spreading them out because Hund's rule says, oh, Hun, spread out before you pair up. And then I can pair these up. You won't have to write orbital boxes, but it would be a great way for you to recognize them and know what they mean. So this has a 6 in it. The next, so we went 1s, 2s, 2p. So now we are going to our 3s. And again, if you forget how many are in each level, remember in your subshells, S can hold up to 2 electrons, P 6, D 10, and F 14. This is how many boxes they would have or how many place settings they have. So our 1s, S block only has one orbital. Our standard room only has one bed. So up, down, fill it out 2. So now we are at 12. Next is 3p. So our 3p, just going to scoop this down here, is going to have up, 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 down, down, down. So we would check everyone in by first spreading you out, and then we'll pair you up, just in case someone doesn't arrive. That way you might get to have a bed by yourself. So that's 6. So now we're at 18. Just going to write a little 18 to remind us how many we have so far. After 3p comes 4s. And again, we can fit 1, 2, so 1 near the door, 1 near the window. This little 2 just tells us how many are in that block. So now we're up to 20. We have to go all the way up to 34. You'll notice we went 4s, next is 3d. I'm going to use a second sheet of paper to continue so we can get it all in here in one spot. So after 4s comes 3d. Break that up into 5 because we know that the deluxe suite has 5 beds. So this is 3d. So we're at 20, so 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So that's 10, and we're at 30. After 3D comes 4P. P block has 3 beds, or 3 orbital boxes here. So we are in 4P. So 4P. So 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. That's all the employees you have, so I would put a 4 there. So we're up to 34 electrons. And so you can see this number, this first number, your energy level, is going to tell you what floor you're on. This orbital box, or this orbital, the subshell, S, P, D, is going to tell you if you have a standard, premium, or deluxe room. And then this number tells you how many occupants you will have in each of your rooms. I can also write this in a shorter way, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. Notice I'm just taking what's down there. 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d10, 4p4. So this is called the longhand electron configuration. And then, if we get our periodic table, we find selenium, we're going to go up and over, and we land on argon. So we're going to count up to 18 electrons, which breaks off here. And instead of writing all of that out, we're just going to simply use our shorthand electron configuration. And we're going to write argon, and that's going to represent that first 18 electrons, and then fill in whatever is left over. Now, how many valence electrons do we have? Since we don't have the Bohr model, we're going to use the definition of the ones in the highest S and P. So the highest energy levels would be 4. So we take the ones in the S and the P and add them together. So it's going to be 2 plus 4. So this has 6 valence electrons. And we can make sure we did that right by seeing that selenium is in group 16. So it has 6 valence electrons. So good to go there. And then finally, we can draw our Lewis structure. So for our Lewis structure, we just write the element selenium. We start on the right-hand side and we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that would be the Lewis structure for selenium. I hope this hotel analogy helps you a little bit. Let me know if you have any questions.